Welcome to AWS Cloud Practitioner Essentials. Today we're going to talk about the AWS Cloud. This course is all about becoming a cloud practitioner, so let's start by defining cloud computing. Cloud computing refers to the on-demand delivery of IT resources and applications via the internet. Before cloud computing, we had to build data centers based on guessing what our maximum peaks might be. If our design didn't meet our actual maximum peaks, our customers would suffer. If we overplanned and exceeded our maximum need, we ended up paying for resources that we didn't really need. With cloud computing, instead of having to design and build our own data centers, we access the data center and all of its resources via the internet, allowing us to scale up or down based on our actual needs, without having to plan for the worst-case scenario. With AWS, we can access servers, databases, storage, and higher-level application components in seconds. We can treat these as temporary and disposable resources, free from the inflexibility and constraints of a fixed and finite IT infrastructure. By harnessing the power of the AWS Cloud, our approach to change management, testing, reliability, and capacity planning is more agile and efficient. By using the AWS Cloud, we can reduce risks, automatically scale our computing to meet our needs, ensure reliable coverage even in the face of a natural disaster, and secure our data. I'll give you a brief overview of how the AWS Cloud helps you do all that, starting with reducing risks. Cloud computing can help reduce risk by being agile, being able to learn and quickly adapt to change. This agility reduces the cost of change. So how do you reduce the risk of a large IT investment not returning enough benefits? You insist on results while the investment is being made, and you pivot as soon as possible if you aren't seeing those results. And how do you reduce your security risk? Test often, patch quickly, and respond to incidents at lightning speed. These are a large part of new security models. All of these approaches to risk management are enabled by the cloud. Cloud computing allows enterprises to respond quickly and elastically to changing market conditions. This facilitates scalability, agility, and innovation. And with pre-developed services that can be quickly assembled as building blocks, it's possible to automate software delivery and create security and compliance guardrails. Let's talk about that scalability. One of the key benefits of AWS is the ability to use services at your own pace. In cloud computing, the term scalability means the ability to resize your resources as necessary. Let's say you're a florist. Every year in February, you need to hire more staff and rent more delivery vans so that you're ready for Valentine's Day. That's scaling up. Then after the holiday, you need to scale back down to normal levels. It works the same way in the cloud. By using AWS, customers can grow, shrink, and adapt their consumption of services to meet seasonal requirements, launch new services or products, or simply accommodate new strategic directions. The AWS Cloud delivers a scalable computing platform designed for high availability and dependability, providing tools to help you run a wide range of applications. One main reason companies are moving to the cloud is increased agility. Let's talk about that for a minute. Three of the main factors that influence agility are increasing speed, the ease of experimentation, and cultivating a culture of innovation. So let's take a closer look at how these factors help organizations become more agile. It can be cost prohibitive to put your data centers where your customers are, especially if they're all over the globe. But using AWS can help without necessitating a huge investment. Because AWS facilities are all over the world, you can literally have a global reach with just a moment's notice. In cloud computing, new resources are only a click away, so you can make those resources available to your developers in just minutes. In cloud computing, it's easy to access new resources which can help you be more agile and more innovative and spend less time focusing on infrastructure. For example, with AWS, you can spin up servers in minutes and shut down servers when you don't need them or put them to work for another purpose. With virtual and automatable resources, you can quickly carry out comparative testing using different types of instances, storage, or configurations. For example, by using AWS CloudFormation, you have access to a consistent, template-based environment for development, test, and production purposes with increasing levels of operational control. Cloud computing allows you to experiment quickly with low cost and low risk. This allows for more experimentation more often, which can lead to the discovery of innovations and new configurations. So like agility, elasticity is also a powerful force in cloud computing. Elasticity is the power to scale computing resources up or down easily. So let's talk about that. Because the AWS Cloud is elastic, you can quickly deploy new applications, instantly scale up as the workload grows, and instantly shut down resources that are no longer required. So whether you need one virtual server or thousands, whether you need computing resources for a few hours or 24/7, AWS provides an elastic infrastructure that can meet your needs. Using AWS tools like autoscaling and elastic load balancing, your application can automatically scale up or down based on demand. Backed by Amazon's massive infrastructure, you have access to compute and storage resources whenever you need them. With AWS, you can easily deploy your system in multiple regions around the world while providing lower latency and a better experience for your customers at minimal cost. Thanks to efficiencies of scale, customers can use innovative services and cutting-edge technology without having to go through multiple procurement cycles and expensive evaluations. AWS provides capabilities to support virtually any workload. This level of innovation gives customers continued access to the latest technology. Reliability is the ability of a system to recover from infrastructure or service failures. In cloud computing, reliability means being able to acquire computing resources to meet demand and mitigate disruptions. In order to achieve reliability, your architecture and systems must have a well-planned foundation that handles changes in demand, detects failures, and automatically heals itself. By using AWS, organizations can achieve greater flexibility and capacity, reducing the uncertainty of forecasting hardware needs. Additionally, the scale of AWS gives customers the capacity and reliability that is difficult for on-premises solutions to match. Reliability is a key component of the AWS Cloud. That's why Amazon's data centers are hosted all over the world in what we call AWS regions. Each region is a separate geographic area that has multiple isolated locations known as availability zones. Availability zones consist of one or more discrete data centers, with each redundant power, networking, and connectivity housed in separate facilities. So when you use the AWS Cloud, you can place resources like instances and data in multiple locations. That lends itself nicely to reliability because if you host all of your instances in a single location and that location were to fail, none of your resources would be available. Using availability zones lets you operate production applications and databases that are more highly available, fault-tolerant, and scalable than is possible from one single data center. The structure of our availability zones is intentional and directly related to fault tolerance. Fault tolerance means a system can remain operational even if some of the components of that system fail. Think of it as the built-in redundancy of an application's components. High availability ensures that your systems are always functioning and accessible, and that downtime is minimized as much as possible without the need for human intervention. Finally, let's go over the security of our customers' data. This is a top priority for Amazon. If you're an AWS customer, you retain complete control and ownership over your data, including which region you store it in, how you handle encryption, and who holds the encryption keys, making it easy to meet regional compliance and data residency requirements. Before cloud computing, auditing and infrastructure security was a time-consuming and manual process. Because it was so laborious, it was usually done intermittently. Now, the AWS Cloud provides the ability to monitor your IT resources continually so that you can spot any changes at once and respond if necessary. AWS also offers industry-leading capabilities across facilities, networks, software, and business processes so that our services meet the strictest security requirements. Let's go over why our security capabilities are world-class. Our highly secure data centers use state-of-the-art electronic surveillance and multi-factor access control systems. Our data centers are also staffed 24/7 by trained security guards, and access is strictly regulated. Our environmental systems are designed to minimize the impact of disruptions to operations, and our multiple geographic regions and availability zones allow you to remain resilient in the face of most failures, including natural disasters or system failure. Since AWS assets are programmable resources, your security policy can be built into the infrastructure from the get-go. At the end of the day, AWS offers a broad set of global cloud-based products, including compute, storage, databases, analytics, networking, mobile, developer tools, management tools, Internet of Things or IoT, security, and enterprise applications. These services help organizations move faster, lower IT costs, and scale. This is why AWS is trusted by the largest enterprises and the hottest startups to power a wide variety of workloads like web and mobile applications, game development, data processing and warehousing, storage, archive, and many others. Throughout the entirety of this course, we'll talk more about specific services and features of the AWS Cloud, so I hope you'll join me for more discussions on AWS Cloud Computing. Again, I'm Kirsten Dupart with AWS Training and Certification. Thanks for watching.